Cinematic Shuffle has shuffled once again. If you were around my Threads handle or as a YouTube short just last week, you would have seen me give off my 3 weekly hints for what this film was going to be. I said EH, BC, and ZG, which of course meant The Hangover. My brother was telling me that those hints were possibly too cryptic. Well, I couldn't exactly say Ed Helms, Bradley Cooper, and Zach Galifianakis. Now, could I? I couldn't say Las Vegas memory comedy, could I? The list goes on, but I was pretty sure that people could at least figure out ZG means Zach Galifianakis. I mean, how many ZGs do you personally know? Alright, enough of my hissy fit. Mr. Sticky, you actually guessed it, last minute. So congratulations to you, but let's get cracking on The Hangover. The Hangover is ultimately a comedy released in 2009 about a group of guys that head to Las Vegas as a celebration for one of their upcoming weddings. They all promise that whatever happens there stays there, but when they wake up the next morning with absolutely no memory of what happened the night before, they actually have to discover what happened in order to find the groom who, like their memories, is also missing. You know, I think that it is widely known and accepted that this is a classic comedy. And even though humor is subjective, I also want to say that The Hangover is often thought of as a great comedy by many, which is fascinating given how offensive it would be if it were released today. You have sexist jokes, racist jokes, fat people jokes, animal cruelty jokes. The list goes on. In 2023, that would mostly be a no-go. It's too risky, yet it still works for this film because of how much it just embraces that. It simply does not care. It wanted to be as absurd and over the top as it could possibly manage to be in a million different ways, and it did achieve that. The likelihood that these guys would have ended up doing all these different things and wound up with all these different problems is astronomical. They woke up with a tiger in their bathroom, for God's sake. It's stupid, but it's also funny because of how stupid it gets to be. The film thrives on the different styles of humor throughout, from the dialogue to the physical comedy to the slapstick stuff. It's a well thought out comedy, if I'm being honest, that kind of appeals to a wide variety of people. Not everybody, mind you, but a lot of people, because they took the concept that humor is subjective and they offered something for most people. You unfortunately you don't see that very often. I'll also mention that the polar opposite behaviors in all these different characters is great. You have the player, or I guess the douchebag character in Bradley Cooper. You got the virginal idiot / weirdo with Zach Galifianakis. The whipped and doting boyfriend played by Ed Helms, who does everything he absolutely can to make his horrible and abusive girlfriend happy. And you got Justin Bartha, who's more or less the grounding, normal guy of the bunch. They're all pretty good characters who mostly play a four-headed beast, or as I like to call it, meaning on their own, they wouldn't survive their own solo films. They have to do things as a team, and at that point, they could have their own universe of films if they so wanted to do that, because that's how good their chemistry is. Proven further by the fact that comedies hardly ever get sequels, and this got 2 additional films, and that's due to these characters, their chemistry, the absurdity of it all, and a little bit of the actual mystery of the plot. Overall, I personally can say that I liked it. Obviously, it's not for everybody, and like I said, it couldn't really even be made today, but as it is, I think that it works pretty well, and I scored The Hangover an A- letter grade, final overall score of 85%, 85 out of 100 possible stars, which means that the movie is good, but could potentially be better, but also it's extremely good for a comedy, if that makes any sense. I mean, comedies just don't have as much to prove as other films, so to see 85% just for a comedy, now that's pretty solid. Guys, have you seen The Hangover? If not, how come? Also, let me know what your favorite film in this trilogy is. As for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next film for the Cinematic Shuffle. And until then, peace out.